18,000 students and their teachers just had their personal data exposed. Names, emails, grades, credit balances, all of it, wide open. Not because of some sophisticated hack, but because an AI wrote code with a logic error so basic that any junior developer would have caught it in their sleep. Welcome to Vibe hacking. So here's what happened. Last week, the Register published findings from security researcher Taimur Khan. He'd been probing apps featured on Lovable, the vibe coding platform that went from 1 million in ARR to 100 million in ARR in 8 months. He found one of their showcased EdTech apps, an exam question and grading platform with over 100,000 views on Lovable's own Discover page, and it was a disaster. 16 vulnerabilities, 6 of them critical, over 18,000 user records. Teachers, students from UC Berkeley, UC Davis, K-12 schools with minors on the platform completely exposed. Anyone could view all their user data, delete accounts, change credit balances, send bulk emails, and access grade submissions with no login required. And here's the kicker. The core bug, the AI that vibe coded the Supabase backend, which handles auth, file storage, and database connections. And I love Supabase, I'm not criticizing them here, but the AI implemented authentication logic that was literally inverted. It blocked authenticated users and allowed access to unauthenticated users. According to the Register, the intent was to block non-admins, but the AI's implementation blocked all logged in users instead. And this logic inversion was repeated across multiple critical functions. Khan called it out directly, a classic logic inversion that a human security reviewer would have caught in seconds, but the AI code generator optimizing for code that works produced and deployed it to production. And this isn't a one-off. Security firm Escape.tech scanned 1,645 Lovable-built apps from the platform's Discover page and found 170 with critical data exposure flaws, more than 10%. A separate Veracode study found 45% of AI-generated code contained security flaws. And CodeRabbit's December 2025 analysis of 470 real-world GitHub pull requests, published in their State of AI versus Human Code Generation report, found AI-generated pull requests contain 1.7 times more issues overall, with cross-site scripting vulnerabilities appearing 2.74 times more than the rate of human written code, and logic errors 75% more frequently. And so Khan coined a term for this, vibe hacking, and I think it's going to stick. The idea is simple. If vibe coding means you describe what you want and AI builds it without you reading the code, then vibe hacking means you exploit AI-generated code knowing it was never properly reviewed. You're not looking for sophisticated 0 days, you're looking for the dumb stuff. Broken access controls, exposed API keys, missing authentication because you know the builder probably never checked. Think about it. According to a Microsoft case study, 75% of Replit enterprise users aren't even software engineers, and their CEO says the AI agent has built over 2 million apps without users writing a single line of code. Y Combinator's managing partner Jared Friedman told TechCrunch that 25% of their winning 2025 startups had code bases that were 95% AI generated. That's a lot of code that nobody has actually read. And the damage isn't just to individual apps. The open source ecosystem is getting wrecked too. Daniel Stenberg, the guy who maintains curl, the command line tool that basically powers half of the internet, he shut down his bug bounty program in January after AI-generated submissions overwhelmed his team. He said about 20% of reports were AI-generated and the rate of valid vulnerabilities dropped from roughly 1 in 6 to 1 in 20. That's from his FOSDEM 2026 talk covered by the New Stack. Tailwind CSS tells an even scarier story. And this is Tailwind CSS. I love Tailwind. I use it everywhere. Creator Adam Wathan revealed in a GitHub comment in January on a GitHub thread about making the documentation more accessible to LLMs, that despite Tailwind being more popular than ever, 75 million monthly downloads, documentation traffic fell 40% from early 2023 and revenue dropped nearly 80%. He had to lay off 3 of his 4 engineers. People are using the tools, but nobody's reading the docs, filing real bugs, or contributing back. An academic paper literally titled "Vibe Coding Kills Open Source" argues that this creates a death spiral. Less engagement, less maintenance, worse software for everyone. Okay, so here's why I could just leave you scared and tell you to subscribe, but that's not what we do on this channel. The answer to insecure AI-generated code isn't just stop vibe coding. That genie's out of the bottle, there is no going back. The answer is use AI to audit AI. Have your AI act as a security auditor. Point it at your code base, whether it's a Lovable project, something from Cursor, or whatever, and have it do a structured security review. This doesn't replace a human, but it can help cover a lot of things. Make it for the exact types of vulnerabilities that AI code is most likely to produce. Broken access controls like the Lovable bug, exposed API keys and secrets, and missing authentication on endpoints, insecure data handling, SQL injection and cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, logic errors and permission workflows. Make it not just flag problems. Have it explain them in plain English and suggest fixes. Because if you're vibe coding, you don't want to read a SAST report. You want someone to tell you what's wrong and how to fix it. Because here's the thing, the 80-20 problem in vibe coding isn't going away. AI gets you 80% of a working app in minutes, but that last 20%, Security, edge cases, production readiness, that's where things break. And right now, most people are shipping the 80% and hoping for the best. Now, to be clear, this strategy is a starting point. It's not a full security audit or a replacement from a person doing the actual review for you. It's going to catch the obvious stuff, the exposed keys, the broken auth, the logic inversions like the Lovable bug. For vibe coder shipping side projects and MVPs, it does close a massive gap. But if you're building something that handles real user data at scale, you need professional help. But you can use this strategy to get from completely unreviewed to caught the basics. And that alone would have prevented this bug that affected 18,000 users. So here's the bottom line. There's a difference between building fast and building reckless. And right now the vibe coding ecosystem is leaning reckless. I'm not anti-vibe coding. Speed is a feature. But shipping code nobody's reviewed to users who trust you with their data, that's not speed, that's negligence. If you're building anything that touches user data, you need a security review in your workflow. Period. Whether that's an agent, a manual audit, or something else, just don't ship what you haven't checked. We are building agentic infrastructure at Zors that handles exactly this kind of problem. AI agents that work alongside your development workflow to catch what humans miss and what AI introduces. Security review is just one piece. If that sounds interesting, check the links below and hit us up. And if you want to see me actually vibe hack a Lovable app to show you how easy it is, let me know in the comments. That might be the next video. Thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Cheers.